and welcome to my study. Today we'll be reading from the dictionary. Controller, a mechanism that controls. Back scratcher, a tool used to scratch the back. These objects can be labeled by their definition. For example, I've often heard that if you look up the word dork in the dictionary, you will see a picture of Gavin.
Texas FFA. How often do other people put labels on us just like that one? How often do we give up what makes us special to fit in, be normal? Live your life? What does that truly mean? And what does it look like for each and every one of us in our everyday lives? What if we quit letting our labels define who we are, find what makes us unique, and live our lives? Now, of course, being in the FFA means you got style. Oh yeah, rocking the blue corduroy jackets. Yeah. But what about style in our everyday lives? I mean, of course you can rock the Calvin Klein line, the Mary-Kate Ashley line, or the George Strait line. Those people, they got style. And for $500 too, you could have their style. That reminds me of one morning at college. I woke up at 7:53 a.m. I had 7 minutes to get to class. So I jumped up. I threw on my red and black shorts, my knee-high wool socks, my blue top boots, and my blue FFA shirt. Yeah, that's me. I showed up 30 seconds before 8 o'clock, right on time. Well, I sat down beside my good friend Caitlin. She looked at me and said, "Gavin, you ain't got no style." I got a little defensive. Style? Style? Who needs style? This is comfortable. Well, I looked around the classroom and I realized I stood out more than a little. So after class, I walked around the campus looking at people's style. I noticed that not everybody was wearing the same thing, but they all just kind of fit in. They were normal. Why is it that when you wear something differently, you ain't got no style? Why is it that when you act differently, you don't have any style? What is style anyways? Style, a way of behaving or approaching a situation that is characteristic of a particular person, typically determined by the principles to which they were created. Basically, what I believe is that we were all created with our own purposes, our own strengths, our own talents, and our own lives. But so often, we give up what makes us special just to fit in and be normal. Texas FFA, I want you to be yourself. I want you to live your life and color outside the lines. If you have a funny shirt, wear it. Do you love Harry Potter? Yeah. Harry Potter. Join a Quidditch team. I'm serious. It's a real sport. They even play it here at Texas Tech. I admire those people because they truly have style. If you have a cow patch that you want to wear on your Letterman jacket, go for it. Just be yourself and live your life. Now here comes the big Disney movie special. Aw, you're special. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Well, really, that's not all it takes to live your life. You see, my little brother Gunnar and I are both dyslexic. Now, most people think that just means we have trouble reading or we can't read. But you see, Each case of dyslexia, point proven, is different. In fact, one of my favorite things to do is read. But you see, dyslexia affected Gunnar a little differently than I. You see, reading will never be easy nor enjoyable for Gunnar. But my mistake was that I treated Gunnar just like everybody else. You see, the first thing that we do is we either label him as lazy or stupid. But we can't say stupid, so he's special. Aww. And by God, we're going to fix him. If he's having trouble reading, we're going to make him read twice as many books. If he's struggling with the tax test, we're going to make him take it over and over and over again until he gets it right. That is how I would treat Gunnar. We would sit at the same table looking at the same piece of paper for hours, and he hated it. We would both get frustrated and end up arguing. I mean, I was the good big brother, wasn't I? Just spending time with his little brother, helping him. Or was I? I mean, I would get so frustrated, I just wanted to throw my hands up and walk out. But you see, family never leaves each other. I had to ask myself, was I really helping Gunnar or trying to make him be more like me? Was I really teaching Gunnar? Or did he just learn differently? And was I just making him sit at that table and look at that piece of paper? Because that's what I thought was his own good. Gunnar was already on the path that he needed to be on. Because for Gunnar, instead of the classroom, he loves the farm. He loves agriculture. Instead of being in or doing math homework, Gunnar would much rather be talking to our region's fertilizer agent, learning how to properly calculate the application and effective use of fertilizer. Instead of computer class, Gunnar would much rather be talking to our local mechanic, learning how to properly recalibrate and reprogram a tractor's computer. You see, Gunnar is truly an amazing person. Gunnar can do things that even though I have 4 more years of farming experience, I cannot. Gunnar is an amazing person. And I tried to make him focus on his weaknesses, his flaws, and had very little success. Instead, Gunnar found what he loved, focused on his strengths, and in doing so, he succeeded. But how many of y'all make the same mistake that I did with Gunnar? How many of y'all focus on your weaknesses, your flaws, and let that consume you? Give up what makes you special. You see, we all have something we wish we could change about ourselves, but when you only focus on who you wish you are, you will forget who you really are. I want you to find what you love, what makes you special, and use that to succeed. Throughout high school, I've always had a place I could call my second home, the FFA. It wasn't because I just fit in. It was because of you, the Texas FFA members, accepted me as I am and helped me find and be proud of who I am. Thank you. Thank all of you for all of your support and helping me find how to live my life. Just remember, each of us have our own different purposes. Each of us has our own talents and strengths that were made with us so that we can better the world. Because in the end, you cannot live anyone else's life. You have to live your life.